If you've been following the reseller community on YouTube here, you probably have seen a lot of people saying that they're planning to quit, where more likely you've seen videos that are titled, "Why are so many eBay resellers quitting eBay?" And I think I know the answer. And that answer is that they are not doing that. They are, they know that if you are trying to get people to view your videos on YouTube, then you put some kind of a title that is potentially controversial or has some sort of a question that you really need the answer to. And so I think a lot of these folks are doing that. So people aren't leaving eBay. I should have looked up, how eBay's doing, as far as users, but I'm sure they're not bleeding sellers on that site, because it is really the only site that has the reach that it has. I don't know the exact number of people, but it's in the tens of millions at the very least. So if you see a video that says, "Why are so many resellers leaving eBay?" the first thing you should think about is they're talking about resellers who have YouTube channels, which has to be a pretty small number of people who sell stuff on eBay who have YouTube channels. I think probably the average eBayer is somebody who 3-4 times a year they find something around the house that they want to get rid of, and they sell it on there too, because they don't want to throw it in the garbage more than anything. The next step up is people who are taking it a little more seriously and actively seeking items that they can sell on eBay. That's probably a pretty small compared to the number of people who are selling on eBay and a really big dollar amount monthly income profit making thing is got to be pretty small. That percentage has got to be pretty small compared to the people who are just using it casually. Then you got to narrow that down to the people who take the time to make a video about it, and that's got to be a minuscule portion of the number of eBay sellers. So if some YouTube eBay sellers are leaving eBay, there might be some reasons, and it's probably because it's time consuming to do both eBay and YouTube. The way I have fashioned my YouTube channel here is to do work that I have to do anyway and record it so I can show you. But if you really want to grow a following, that's not necessarily the best way to do it. You probably want to write scripts and do research and edit and add music and create a really cinematic YouTube video, and I just don't have the time to do that. I'm working a full-time job. I'm trying to get the eBay work done, and then I'm throwing this YouTube thing on top of it. So if I'm spending more than 20 or 30 minutes on a video outside of the recording of it, then I just can't do that. It's too much time. So some of these people are probably making enough money on YouTube that they don't have to do eBay anymore. Maybe they're selling a course on how to sell refrigerators or whatever. I have seen that. There are quite a few people who are trying to make a living presenting themselves on YouTube as eBay sellers when they have grown past that. They're doing other things. So anyway, the point is, why are so many people leaving eBay? And the answer is they just aren't. So I had a little bit of I wouldn't say I had a breakdown yesterday, but I did talk a lot about starting to get burned out. So that's something too. People could be leaving eBay because it's work. It's not just like having fun and selling stuff and making money. There is a lot of work involved. So you have to go source all of this stuff that you want to sell, which that's probably the most time consuming part of it for me, because there's travel involved. I picked up a bunch of stuff yesterday. earlier this weekend, and I'm going to show a little bit of it to you today. And that location I had to go to was an hour away. So drive an hour, pick up stuff, drive an hour home. It's got to be good stuff. I'm hoping I did well and I have good stuff here, but it takes a lot of time. Then creating the listings is, generally pretty easy. Writing up the descriptions and titles and all of that stuff, filling in the eBay item specifics. It's not that time consuming if you can just buckle down and just do it and figure out a routine, some sort of a system to keep it going quickly. Then you have to take photos, that is time consuming for me. I probably could do it faster, but I'm including storing these items during my photo session. So I'll write a draft on my computer, bring the items that I have drafts written up for down here to my photo booth, and take the pictures and then put them away in my inventory system. So that takes much longer than I would have thought. And then shipping, that's the fourth component. You have to pack this stuff up and ship it out, and that's going to be time consuming too. If you've you figured out a system, you can make it go quickly. If you're selling like one particular item and you only need one size box or one size envelope or one size poly bag or a couple size poly bags or whatever, you can make it go pretty quickly. If you're an everything seller, you got to have boxes of all sizes. Sometimes you're having to Frankenstein some boxes together. It takes a lot of time. So running an eBay shop it's not easy. It's not just like free money. It's work. So why are so many people leaving eBay? They aren't. They just aren't. This is a YouTube created idea. It's not happening. So I'm going to show you right now just one thing that I'm going to list tonight. I'm only going to get one thing listed. I have only one order tonight that's got to get shipped out. So I'm going to show you what I got at the auction last Friday, and then I'm going to work on one box of inventory, hopefully one that doesn't have very much in it because it's already almost 9 and I'm pretty beat. And then I'm going to pack up that one order. Ideally, some more orders will come in before I finish packing that up, and then we'll get that one packed, get those packed. Hopefully, 1 or 2 orders come in. Probably not. I feel like today just feels slow for some reason. So I've been doing real good. I've had a lot of sales and brought in a lot of money for me lately, but today is going to be maybe a $25 or $30 day. So, okay, let me show you these things that I got. Okay, I showed you some of those boat motor propellers that I picked up the other day. They were already stored away, so I don't have one to show you. But I got those from a boat repair shop. I also got all of these parts price lists. Like these are like guidebooks. I mean, essentially, I guess they're catalogs, but they call them parts price books. Some of these go back. I think the earliest one is like 2011 or 2015, maybe 2011. That looks like the newest one. There's one here from 79. There's quite a few from the 90s. There's 12 of these here. What did I get? I got 39 of these books. And I don't remember the number of propellers, but I got a lot of propellers and I got a lot of these books. They were also selling the the repair manuals, and I think those are probably more valuable than these, and I really wanted those, but I got outbid on them. So I got 40 of these books for $24.50, I think. It comes down to like 67 cents per book, something around there. So this whole stack cost me $7-ish. It's hard to know, these aren't like incredibly fast sellers. I don't think there's only been a couple of these that have sold for Johnson Evinrude. I'm going to lot them together. So I got a ton more upstairs. There's only 12 here. What did I say? 39 total. And some of them are like 2 inches thick. So this one is very thin. This one's thicker. Most of the other ones I have up there are at least this thick and even thicker. So it's just like everything that they sell, and then it's going to tell you how much it was in 1996. So I bet somebody will have fun looking through these. Somebody who has a very specific hobby. I don't know. I'm not sure about price because there's very few that have sold. They seem to be selling like individual book around like the $10 to $18 range. There's like none listed, maybe one listed. Maybe this older one, the 79 one, there might be one of those listed. Let me pull that out. This one's a little rough, but still, I mean, this is old. 1979, April 15th. It looks like they put out 2 of these a month with updated pricing. So I don't know what they're worth, but I've seen them selling for, like I said, $12, $15 for some of these. So I think I'm going to just like lot them all up, sell 12 of them all at once. And I think I'm going to do like
$100 for all of them. So I think that's like $8 a piece, something like that. I don't have that math in my head that well, but yeah, I'll get pictures of these tonight and get them listed, and then move it on to the next thing. So I guess this isn't the most exciting stuff. I have a ton more of those props, but I just don't want my shop to be overwhelmed with nothing but boat propellers. You know, that could be bad for business, I think. So I'm going to mix in some of these and maybe some stuff from the death pile over this week and probably next week too. I don't want to get the shop overwhelmed with boat part catalogs either. So I'll try to sprinkle some other things in if I can come up with them. But right now I'm going to take these photos, then I'm going to grab one box and take it to the kitchen and do some inventory. So stick around to see if there's anything good in one of these boxes. I think I'm getting towards the end of the boxes. There might be like 3 or 4 more, and then I have to deal with just open shelves, which are going to be a little harder. So anyway, stick around. I'll be in the kitchen in a second. Okay, I just got this one box out, W3C. It's not going to be very exciting. Nothing in here but mostly jeans. I'm going to take everything out of here and put it in this bin, which is going to be tight, but I'm going to get it in there. All clothes eventually is going in these bins, and I'll never buy any clothes if these bins are full. So that's my plan going forward. So, all right, that box is called W3C, so let's go. I've already got my active listings up. I have the fan on, so hopefully it's not too loud or irritating, but I'm hot, so I'm leaving it on. W3C is the box name. It says there's only 5 items in here, and I can see right away that some of this stuff is very old. So let's take it out. The top of the list is jeans, so we'll start with those. 87. I think some of these are not even going to make it into the bin. They're going to go straight to the garage sale pile. All right, the first thing here is 86. What's this? 86. These are Lucky brand men's jeans. These should sell, but I've had these listed since December of 2023. At $32.99, I'm going to lower it to $29.99 and move it to T4. It's the tote 4. I'm also going to end and relist all of these things to make sure that they get the best chance of getting to the top of the algorithmic list. Okay, next thing, 87. 2 pairs of Gloria Vanderbilt jeans. These are not going to sell, I don't think. What did I pay? Oh, I got them for free. Maybe I will just lower this to like 19. They've been listed for $37. I'm just going to lower them to 20. Save that and try it. I was thinking I'll just throw them in the garage sale pile, but might as well give them another shot. They have been listed since September of 2023. These got to be one of the oldest things still in my shop. Now those all fit in there, but what's coming up next? It's a t-shirt. This is what? A 21 Pilots t-shirt, adult size small. Got this for $2 in June of 2024. And I'm trying to sell it for $12.99 all this time. I think adult size small is a tough size to sell. I don't know if 21 Pilots is a tough thing to sell, but I'm going to try it again at $9.99. T4, fix this, 24, and submit that. So we won't cancel that either. We'll try it give it one more chance. Okay, I see that this Chef Works thing is not on my list, so that either has disappeared. This is like a chef uniform. It's brand new, never been used. Maybe it never sold because it disappeared from my inventory, or maybe it's in a different location. We'll find out. Okay, number 84 is Rockstar Original Jeans. I'm going to move those somewhere else. I have these listed for $53 since 2023. I paid $6.90 for these, so I'm going to let's try $39.99. I mean, I'm just making these prices up. I'm not going to be able to fit all of these in that bin, I don't think, so maybe. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put them in there. Who cares? Okay, malware warning. Edit T3, right? Yeah, no, T4. I'm putting the wrong location on all these. I'm going to have to go back. Oh no, those are all say T4. Okay, and then this one is a smoke and ash jeans. They have these like patches all over them. I thought this would sell quickly, especially because it has like the year 2000 on it. When people are saying Y2K is hot, and this one like literally has 2000 printed right on it. $39.99. I only paid $4 for these. Let's lower this to $29.99. And like I said, we'll relist all of these things, and it should hopefully give them a bump in the eBay algorithm. T483. Good. So we'll put all of those in there, and then we got to figure out where this chef jacket went first. I'm going to end all of these. I better check to make sure there's nothing already in my ended list. So I'll open this in a new tab. There is. Everything that I ended and relisted last night is still here. So I need to delete all these. Otherwise I would have a hard time figuring out which things have been relisted and which haven't. Okay, so those are gone. Now we'll end all these. Actions, end listings, and then we'll end all of those. Now let's go to our entire list of active listings and search for Chef Works. Let's see if I can find this. There it is. It was in the wrong location. UC3. Now it's going to T4. I'm gonna have a really hard time squeezing all of this stuff in here. And I have it listed for $26 since 2023. So let's lower that to $21.99. There's got to be a chef who just graduated from culinary school that needs this. So we'll end that one as well, and then throw it in here. See if the lid will fit. Well, it's gonna be tight, but it'll work. Which end has the label? There's plenty of room here if the lid is sticking up a little bit. So it's in there now. So hopefully I don't have any more clothes in any of those boxes because I'm running out of room in the totes. But now I got a whole empty box to use. Okay, let's go to the ended list. There should be 6 items and sell similar. I'm going to select all of these and bulk edit them. So I'll go here to offers. I'm going to allow offers, minimum offer, no remove. Okay, I don't know if I need to do this, but we'll do it. Then I'm going to go to all the way to the bottom, promoted listings, stop promoting. I'm turning off promotions as I relist things. It doesn't feel like it's really been helping me. It's just costing me money. I'm giving eBay 2 or 3% of my sales with the expectation that they're going to do something to promote these listings, but they seem to be selling fine without the promotion. So I probably could go and check all of these titles and make sure they're good, but I'm going to say they're good and hit submit. Okay, so now those are all relisted. This box will get put away, and I'm going to grab the one order that came in today and get that shipped. So one more time and we should be just about done. All right, the last thing we're going to do tonight is pack this big hammer, 4-pound head dead blow hammer from Wilton. I bought 2 sets. There's like a pack of hammers, three pack of hammers. I think they're designed for auto body shops. And I got 2 sets of them at an auction. One of them I just sold the set altogether. For whatever reason, I just decided let's try just selling the whole thing. And it sold relatively quickly, really, the 3-pack. And then the other one I split up. The 3 hammers went into 3 individual listings. And I didn't know if that was going to be a good idea or not, but I thought if I sell them individually, I'll end up making more money because they sell fairly well on their own. And I didn't see any sales of the 3-pack. So I listed them, I don't know how long ago now. It can't be that long. This would have been August, the middle of August. So one of them sold today, this one. I paid kind of a lot for these. I paid $27 for this hammer, but it sold for $70. So I'll probably make, after fees and everything, maybe $28. So it's going to be a slow day today for sure compared to sales we've been having recently. I'm trying to squeeze these 2 boxes together. So I think I'm going to have to come in here, split this like that so it will open up. And maybe it's not going to work. I might have to figure out another solution, but I'm going to try this on the opposite side. So yeah, that's it. All right. I don't think I probably need to put bubble wrap around a hammer, but I will pack this pretty full of paper so it doesn't shift around and break its way out of the box. I'm going to just load it up with this brown paper. And maybe I'll do this. There's a lot of space here that's going to have to be counted for. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Something. So get this end in, and then just pack. Fill it up. Once this paper has been crinkled and it's kind of snakified, it's really hard to tear. I'm gonna take some balls of this and put it only on the sides so that the little hollow in the middle for the handle to fit into. Let's see if I can get it together. It will work. It's just gonna take some finagling. There we go. I think this end needs more paper. Luckily, I can still open it. All right, I think that's pretty strong. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this a couple of times with the fiberglass reinforced tape so that it doesn't, there's no way it can split open from the bottoms. Needs to squeeze more. I want this to be as rectangular as possible. Tape up the end, and then I'm gonna grab that skinny fiberglass tape and wrap it just like one strap around, maybe two, around the entire box. Right here. So, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. This box is starting to get kind of big. So I'm just worried that the hammer is heavy and that it will punch its way out of the box. So hopefully this stronger tape will keep it in place. All right, I'm gonna get a weight on this and measurements, and then I'm gonna buy the label, and I'll come back and tell you how much it earned. It's not much. It's gonna be a slow day today. Okay, I got a label on here, and this one we're gonna hope for the best. Keep our fingers crossed that it's gonna make it okay. It's only 4 pounds, it's not that heavy. But it did get shipped, it is getting shipped, and it earned today $33.57. So it's 9:20 now. Hopefully we will get another sale or two in today, because this $33 day is not helping us get to the $50,000 goal. Okay, it's been a boring night, but sometimes that's just how they go. So boring one tonight. Maybe we'll have something exciting happen tomorrow. Please return and see, because usually Tuesdays are the best nights for me. So all right, that's it for now. We'll see you next time.